Welcome, everybody, to the Creating Character Podcast. My name is James Willems, and I am a professional wrestler and podcaster. And we talk about whatever we want to on this show. We've spent how many episodes? 60-something episodes trying to figure out the perfect catchphrase that encapsulates this show. And we've failed every single time. And I think that's the catchphrase, because you never know what you're going to get. You're going to get some wrestling discussion. You're going to get some movie discussion. You're going to pop culture, popcorn. It can be literally anything, but I never can do it by myself. I always have to do it with my friend and co-host, Scorpio Sky.
Pop culture and popcorn, you're onto something.
Yeah?
I mean, if we come up with a new banner or something, or if we're selling this show to someone and like, what do we expect? It's pop culture and popcorn.
Yeah.
Yes. And speaking of corn,
Got him.
we can't do it without our producer, Eric Bador.
Save the drama for your mama.
Wow. I also want to point out real quick, Eric, before you introduce yourself, that when Sky was doing your intro just now, he turned around so that way he could do this big catchphrase entrance.
Yeah.
Except that then you started doing the whole corn comparison, and so you had to see him with his back turned, just like with his head hanging, realizing.
And part of me, because I saw out of the corner of my eye that he was waiting for the big reveal, part of me wanted to just drag it out.
Yeah, make it stay.
Longer and longer.
What's he looking at back
there?
Sucks. Hey, James.
Yeah.
I think that was the first time you called yourself a pro wrestler
I did.
and podcaster. You're not learning anymore. You're doing it.
I'm doing it.
Hell yeah.
Yeah.
Wow.
Two successful title defenses. I think I'm allowed to call myself a professional wrestler.
Yeah,
now.
I'd agree with that.
So, okay.
Yeah.
All right.
Champion.
Yeah.
Champion.
Yeah, absolutely.
How did it go?
It went very well. I had a match on Friday night. I defended it against Boa Silva, who is, I will say, a very good wrestler. But he's used to being in a tag team.
Okay.
He's, for the longest time I've known him, he's been in a tag team. And so, in many ways, half a wrestler. You know? And so when he steps up to face me in a one-on-one match, I don't know what he expected. I also want to clarify another thing. He only got this title shot because he was in a four-way battle royale. Okay, MPW, they do these weird stipulation matches. I don't always understand them. I got another one on Friday that I don't fully understand. But this one was a four-way match. First person to get the first pin gets a world championship title shot.
Okay.
And then they leave the match. So you get a pin.
Okay, you're out.
Then you leave, and then the three remaining wrestlers continue.
Okay.
The second person to get a pin gets a MPW national title shot.
Okay.
Now, I don't agree with that because, as you know, I believe that the national title is more prestigious than the world championship.
Yeah,
right?
you said that.
Because we don't include any of the other third world countries in my championship title. It's only one great nation, and that's all that matters. So I don't agree with the hierarchy there.
Okay.
But either way, that's how it works.
Okay.
So he gets a title shot for coming in second place.
I can see the dilemma with that.
It's strange.
It is a little weird.
It's a little strange.
I kind of like the concept, but I get it.
You see where I'm coming from.
I see where it's a little weird.
Yeah. So anyway, that's how he got into this match. So I guess good for him. Clap, clap. But ultimately, what's he supposed to do? He's thrust into this main event scene to fight for an extremely prestigious title that he has.
So what happens after the second fall? Is the match over?
No, then there's also that same night we had a Rumble.
So the last two guys go in the Rumble?
The last two guys, whoever wins between the last two goes in number 20, last spot in the Rumble.
Yeah, that is a lot.
And whoever loses the full four-way goes in number 1.
That is a lot.
So there's
I
stakes
can feel
there.
like you kind of lose part of the audience as that progresses.
I mean, I see the stakes at the end. I just don't agree with
I
the
got you.
national title being there. It just seems strange. You know?
I got you.
That's
messy.
tough. And Sky, you know all about getting in that last spot in a Rumble, right?
Yeah, I was the number 30 in a Rumble yesterday. I don't know when it's going to air. I don't think it's going to be for a few weeks. So I don't really want to ruin anything.
Okay.
But, watch it when it comes out.
I plan to.
Yeah.
I plan to.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
30 is a good number.
30 is a good number.
30 is a really
How do
good
you,
number.
you're sitting back there, you're watching everyone doing their thing, and you're saying,
I hope they're all gone by the time I get
yeah.
there.
Yeah.
That's what I'm hoping for.
Yeah, that's what you want.
Why hasn't that happened?
Has it not? Have they
That's
not
so
done a
good.
Rumble where there's only been one guy? They should do
I want
that.
no. I mean, I want the last two before 30 hits
Yeah.
to eliminate each other, and then 30 just
Oh.
walks out, and
I like that.
the
too.
referee raises his hand.
I like
love
that
it.
as well.
I want that.
I like that as
Why
well.
can't that
28
happen?
and
They
29.
should.
They're in the ropes.
Okay.
29 clotheslines them. 28 grabs them. They
could
both
both
fly
They do
out.
the good old Brett,
Yep.
Lex Luger.
Silence.
Music hits.
Your music hits.
And then, but it should be the full 60.
Full 10, yeah,
or
10,
you
10
get the whole
countdown.
time, and everyone's just waiting, and then those two wrestlers are on the ground looking to see who
The
they
guy
lost
walks
to.
out, gets in the ring, the referee
Yeah.
gets in and raises his hand.
Yeah,
I love
That's
that.
wow,
Damn. That's pretty
That's
good.
good booking.
But James, I actually have a clip.
yeah. I actually, I think I wanted Sky.
This is
Eric,
from
I
the
believe you
match?
see this. This is from the match. I wanted Sky to see this clip.
This is you and the guy
Boa.
from
This is
Bobo,
Boa.
Brazil.
Boa Silva,
Okay.
and I want you to let me know what you think of this.
Okay.
This moment here.
Also, main event, and it's at the 54-minute mark. I don't know. Something to think about.
You wrestled for
it's-
54 minutes?
No, it's because there's a rumble afterwards, but
Oh,
no one
gotcha.
wants to stay.
Oh,
for that.
no.
Ooh. That didn't look like it felt good.
It didn't. It didn't feel good. But you know what felt worse? Falling on my face in the turnbuckle.
Oh, nice gear, though.
Thank you.
Oh, yeah.
See?
Little
cut him down.
crotcher.
He
He
gets
kind
up
of
there.
looks like a young Ray Rosas.
He does.
Oh. Whoa!
What do we think?
The Sky KO.
Wow.
What do we think of that?
That was pretty good.
I'm learning.
I don't.
Notes.
He kicked out.
Well, I performed it though.
Yeah, but he kicked out. I don't like.
You don't
seeing
like seeing people kick out of a. But it was.
people.
I'm,
Don't
okay.
kick out of the Sky KO.
Okay, well, I guess I did it wrong.
You got to teach him how to do it.
I guess I did it wrong.
Yeah,
But that's
That
you
looked
know,
good,
any
though.
notes. Yeah.
yeah, that looked good.
Yeah. So anyway.
I'm impressed. Very strong.
It was
Mhm.
To
good.
walk a guy out there.
Yeah.
No.
Hey,
he
young-
waited
so
like-
did you won?
I won.
Right,
I
because
won.
you said successful title.
Yeah,
but
I
I
won.
listened. Yeah,
Yeah,
that's
yeah.
good. That's good. That's
So
good.
there
What'd
we
you
go.
win with?
I call it the fall from grace.
Fall from
It's,
grace.
it's the Emerald Flosion.
Nice.
Yeah. Sit
That was a
out
good.
power slam.
That was a good looking TKO.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Thank you. I appreciate it.
Yeah, I love that.
Learned
I
it from
like
the
that.
best.
It's funny. There's like not a lot of people that do it.
Yeah.
It's one of the reasons I've kind of kept it
Yeah.
because I'm just like, well, I mean, well, for one, it's over, right? And like,
Mhm.
and I've protected it pretty well. No one, there's really nobody who's really, no one's kicked out of it in about 7 years.
Well, someone just did.
Not mine. Not mine.
And he kicked out. I honestly thought it would have been over. Watching you do it and your matches,
You
I
knew
was
in
pretty
your head.
confident. I was like, "Oh, this is it.
Yeah,
I'm
you
done.
got
This
it.
Short night."
Yeah.
And then he kicked out, and I was pretty surprised.
Yeah.
actually.
Yeah. Can we have a look at this real quick? Hang on.
All right.
Okay. Oh, this I see.
Oh, nice.
Smart.
Very
cool.
smart. That's
Very
how he put
smart.
me in a second time.
I like that. Here we go. Nice.
Now that no,
Fall
no,
from grace.
no kick on that one.
No kick.
So
No kick. He was out.
I think
Count to
it's
5.
strong.
yeah.
Yeah, that was good.
Yeah, there you go.
Yeah.
Anyway, that's it. I
Dunzo.
just wanted to let you know
2 successful defenses.
2 successful defenses. And so here's what I got to do on Friday night.
Another one.
A new champion was crowned.
Oh.
Also, I want to put this out here
New
too.
world champion?
A new world champion was
wow.
crowned at the opening of the show. Now, is that where you put the most prestigious matches at the opening of the show? Is that where you'd put it? If you were booking a show, would you put it at the beginning of a show? I don't know about that.
Maybe. I mean, maybe. I don't know. Didn't Saturday night's main event used to start with the main event?
I just
back in the
couldn't
day?
imagine tuning into a show, seeing world.
Well,
title,
listen, I will
prestigious
say
title.
this. Most of the ratings for a television show come from that first segment. It's the first, like, we call it the golden segment.
Gotcha.
Like the
gotcha.
first 20 to 30 minutes. If you notice, AEW always has something really good in the first 20 to 30 minutes of the show. That's the golden segment. That's where you
Okay.
get most of your ratings from. So,
Well, I guess.
yeah, why not?
What do I guess.
I
What
don't
do I know? You know. I didn't really see people filing out of the crowd until my match was over. I'll just put
Yeah.
it that way.
And that was during your match, or
No, after my match
Oh, sorry.
was over, I said, is then when
Okay,
you started
sorry. I
people going
misheard.
like, "Oh, it's a rumble. Who cares?" No, but so a new champion was crowned, and so in 2 weeks is the anniversary show, the MPW anniversary show, and after this guy Daniel Moon says,
Oh, I know Daniel Moon.
you know Daniel Moon? Okay, well, Daniel Moon is the new MPW World Heavyweight
Wow,
Champion.
congratulations, Daniel Moon.
I guess, maybe, sure.
Okay,
whatever.
you're not hollering Daniel Moon.
I like the guy. I got nothing against him. I like the guy, except that as soon as he wins this championship, he goes and says, well, I'm going to have a main event match at the MPW anniversary show because I'm a champion. And I overheard it, and I was like, excuse me, does anyone want to see this guy who hasn't defended the title defend his title in the main event? I think it's a valid question.
I would think you'd want to see a new champion defend. Right?
The anniversary show? They wouldn't want to see a fighting champion?
What if you guys fought each other?
So, on Friday, he and I will be having a champion versus champion match to determine who gets the main event at the anniversary
Look at this.
show.
Give me the pencil. I know what I'm doing here. I know what I'm doing here.
I just think it's,
All right,
no titles on the line.
So you guys wrestled to see who main event.
Yeah,
I like
we're
it.
wrestling
I
for
like
main
it.
event.
I like it. That's
Shot.
good. And
So-
whoever wins gets bragging rights.
I guess so.
I actually have a little bit of a funny story about Daniel Moon.
Okay.
We were wrestling. This was years ago, and we were booked against each other on a show.
Mhm.
And I got there, and normally in the back you've got a list, and it'll be like match 1, match 2, match 3, match. Right. So the list was there, but they weren't numbered, and our match was third from the bottom.
Mhm.
What would you think that meant?
Third to last.
That's what I thought.
Yeah.
Right. So
Yeah,
I'm
yeah.
chilling backstage. I'm
Yeah,
hanging out.
yeah.
I'm like, oh, we got all night. And then so the first match starts, and then the second match comes on, and someone's like, hey, you're next. And I was like, oh, they reversed it.
Yeah, they counting up the bottom?
They're counting from the bottom up. I was like, oh shit. So I go over to Daniel, and I'm like, hey man, I'm so sorry. I didn't know we were up soon.
Mhm.
He's just like, oh yeah, I was wondering, like, I
Mhm.
just thought, hey man, he's really relaxed.
Yeah.
So I was like,
You're like, what are we going to do?
so thank goodness, like, I was putting my gear on. I was like, what's your finish?
Yeah.
He tells me when it's finished. I was like, okay, let's do this, and this. I'll talk to you.
Yeah,
and we
yeah.
really went out. We wrestled for like 15 minutes. I just called it all in the ring.
Oh, cool.
And we ended up having a really good match. He was good.
That's good.
And yeah, the crowd was hot for it. And yeah, kind of a funny story.
That's awesome. That's awesome. Yeah.
Man, that's when I do a couple of shows out here, depending on the booker, they'll do it bottom up or top down, and you just have to know because they don't order it. They just
Do they put numbers next to the matches?
No
Yes,
numbers.
I have never. That is the only time in over 2 decades that I've ever seen them count from bottom up.
Yeah,
in
no, that
backstage.
doesn't make any logical sense.
Not at
like in
all.
any
Nope.
language or written structure in any country in the world.
I'll tell you another crazy scenario I had. I was supposed to be in a 3-way match, and it was in Pomona, and our dressing room was basically a trailer in a parking lot, and then the venue was kind of in a bar, and we were supposed to do a 3-way match in the opening match, and one of our opponents was doing another show, and he wasn't there yet, but he was coming. So we're waiting. Show has to start, so they move us to match 2 and them to match 1. So match 1 is on. We're waiting. He's not there yet. So finally, it's like, all right, we're still going, right? They're like,
Yeah.
yeah, you guys will still go. If he doesn't make it, just do a singles match. We're
Yeah.
not prepping anything, clearly.
Yeah.
So finally, they're about to go home. We're like, all right, it's a singles match. So him and I talk a few things through. And then his music hits. He goes out there. My music hit. I go out there. And then a third song hits. And he comes out. So apparently, the moment I walked through the curtain, he pulled up in his car,
Oh my God.
got out in his gear, and was like, I'm ready to go. And they sent him to the ring. And we worked for another 10, 15 minutes of a 3-way match on the fly.
Wow.
Just
Wow.
doing shit.
That's a whole
crazy.
nother skill level
Yeah.
to it for sure.
I like calling it in the ring.
Yeah.
A lot of, we were talking about that over the weekend because you don't really see it anymore. And it would be interesting to see who can even do it.
Yeah.
Because it's not like, I don't want to say it's not easy, but like you got to kind of really know what you're doing.
Yeah. I mean, it's kind of what we talked about on the last week's episode with the difference between like learning something to be able to do anything and learning how to do something specifically.
Yeah.
You know,
I think it would be really interesting if like for a show, obviously you don't promote it this way.
Yeah.
It's exposing everything.
Yeah.
But for one show, it's like, all right, we're not prepping anything.
Yeah.
We're all going out and we're just calling it.
And
it would be really interesting to see, like, are the 5-star guys still 5-star guys? Are the people that kind of, you know what I mean? It'd be really like, that's it, because it's a different skill. It doesn't make you better than if you prep.
Mm-hmm.
I'm not trying to say that, but it's just a different skill.
Absolutely.
And but I think talented guys are talented guys, right? Like, I have a lot of faith that AJ Styles would still go out and put on a 5-star match.
Yeah.
If he, you know what I'm saying? Like, and especially if you know the guys and you can know what they're doing, you can still have a really good match.
When you've done hundreds of them, you've
Yeah.
seen, like, the roads are paved for you in your mind, and you know how to get on, and you've seen so many other people do things that, like, when you can follow someone's lead or
For
know
sure.
when you can take the lead, it makes perfect sense.
And again, like, if you know their offense, like
Yeah.
if it's a known wrestler
Yeah.
and you know what they do, like that's easy. It's actually hard if you don't know anything about the
Oh
person.
yeah.
It's like,
I feel like sometimes in practice when I train, like, we're thrown into situations like that, and I do think that I could probably have a terrible match, like a terrible 5 to 8 minute match, probably. But I don't know. I would just
I
feel
think
I would
you'd be
just feel
fine.
yucky afterwards.
You'd be fine. You just have to like follow. Just be good
Mhm.
at listening. I've wrestled some guys like TJ Perkins
Mm-hmm.
is really good at it.
Mm-hmm.
And I've wrestled him for like 20 minutes where
Yeah.
it's just, and he's just talking me through all of it and I'm just following and that sort of thing. Like when I was young, he's funny because he's actually younger than I saw him recently and someone was like, it was like a younger wrestler and she was just like, I've been watching you wrestle. She's talking about him.
Mm-hmm.
She's like, I've been watching you wrestle since I was a teenager. And I was like, TJ's been wrestling so long. I've been watching him since I'm a
Yeah.
teenager, and I'm a year older than a year or
Yeah.
two older than him. He's been wrestling since he was like 13 or something.
Mhm.
I don't even know. Like, he's been wrestling so long. But yeah, anyways, like,
Mhm.
he's excellent at it.
Yeah.
Excellent.
It's a skill.
Just talking about calling it in the ring and everything, and trying to have that challenge of, like, what if every match was doing that? When a booker tells you, like, hey, here's what I need out of the match, and not even like, oh, go over strong, but something like, hey, no falsies, I'm looking for this to go 8, just end with a roll up, whatever. Do you like that kind of challenge to, like, go out there and just do that, or would you rather just kind of do it your own way?
I'll say this. What you just said, you'll never see in modern wrestling.
Mm-hmm.
You're never going to see a match where there's no false finishes
Mhm.
and they finish with a roll up. I challenge people to finish your match with a roll up. Don't be cowards.
Mhm.
Don't always just be sheep and follow and say, I'm going to go out and do 10 false finishes every match. That's coward
Yeah.
shit.
Yeah.
Go out and finish with a small package and get it over.
Yeah.
Because you used to be able to do it. Bret Hart. Let's get back to it. Let's get back
Yeah.
to like we're gonna glaze Bret Hart a little bit more every week.
Yeah. Finally, someone's talking about how good Bret Hart is.
Yeah, he's finished matches with roll-ups
Yeah.
all the time, plenty of times, and they were
Yeah, yeah.
always great. Right? He beat Roddy Piper with the sleeper roll-up. He beat Stone Cold Steve Austin at Survivor Series at '96, I think it was, with a similar one. He beat Diesel with a small package, inside cradle, whatever you want to call it. He beat British Bulldog with Magistral Cradle the second time they wrestled each other. He lost to Bulldog with not a roll up, but, you know, it was like a quick flash play. I like that stuff, man. Didn't Sting beat Flair with, like, Flair went for the figure 4 and he rolled him into a small package?
He grabs him.
Oh,
and he
yeah,
pulls him
Yeah,
out.
you used to see that all the time, and now it's like I think people are afraid to do it because they're like, it's not that big
Yeah.
dramatic finish.
But it's exciting.
It's exciting.
If you can set it up in a way that it works, like, oh, there's no way it did,
Yeah.
then think,
Or if it comes out of nowhere.
yeah.
I love that.
Yeah.
I think it's really cool.
I think it's telling on a lot of performers who don't do it because they think it can't be a moment. It can be just as big as you hitting your move and getting a 3 if you can sell it before and after it happening.
Yeah.
Like, if you just roll up and then you roll the outside of the ring and you go, but if you make it a moment and you're on the same page, it can mean a lot and it can lead to a lot if you're with the other guy and this all makes sense. So
You know what I think
don't
of
know.
those? I think the indies have kind of influenced the big leagues in the sense of like if you go back to the indies 10 years ago, it was just like, oh, you can't do a DQ finish. No way.
Yeah.
You can't do a count out. What are we doing? We're wasting people's time, right? But you could see it on TV. But now it's like that on TV now. Like when was the last time you saw a count out finish on television?
Yeah.
When was you know, you don't really see DQ finishes because it's like it feels like I think people feel like, oh, we're like robbing the fans. We're not giving them the best match we can. We can't do a DQ finish. But like these are great ways to expand your story.
Yeah.
We should do an episode on just cool finishes one day. Cause like I was backstage over the weekend and we were talking about this pod actually. And I was talking about the Bret Bob Backlund match where Bret lost the title to Bob Backlund. And I don't remember who it was, but they didn't remember the circumstances of how the match ended. And so I was like explaining the whole story of the match and how the match ended. And it was like so cool and unique. Like, and even like, if you look more Bret Hart, like the way Bret beat Diesel at the Survivor Series, was that 95? I think it was 95, and they had like a no holds barred match. And it was one of the first times you saw a table bump in WWE. And Bret was just on the apron, and Diesel kind of went and like kind of jerked the apron towards him, and Bret just flew through a table, and it wasn't even a crazy bump, but it was just really unexpected at the moment. It was just like, whoa, what the heck? And Bret sold it like death because you didn't see table bumps then. And a cool little side story, he said he got the idea by watching Sabu. Which was cool because Sabu was like,
that's crazy.
Yeah, Sabu was like underground, kind of like that was an ECW, was like starting to peek its head out of the water. So then Diesel grabs him and he has to like pull his dead weight and he throws Bret in the ring, and Bret is just down. And the commentary team's like, just pin him. And Diesel like goes to pick him up to jackknife him, and Bret's body just collapses. And it's like, just pin him, he's done. So then he goes to pick him up again, and Bret rolls him into that small package, 1, 2, 3. And Diesel sells it perfect, Kevin Nash. Like he comes up and he's like literally cussing on camera, like, what the F? Did that really just happen? Like he's pissed. And he like jackknifes him a few times after. But great finish. Yeah. Really, really cool finish. I like that type of stuff. And I would love to see that at the big time. Like let's see a match at WWE, or almost said WCW. AEW.
Come on, get on it.
Let's get a finish where it's like a roll up.
For like a championship.
For a championship. Main
like
event.
An MPW national championship. Like maybe that's how James Angel won his national championship with a small package.
Hey man,
we've been talking. You've been glazing me this whole time. I don't even think you thought you were talking about Bret.
It is the small package podcast.
Yeah, that is true.
Yeah.
That is true.
Yeah, a small package. I'd love to know some sort of figure. How many championships in WWE and WCW have been won with small packages?
I'm sure you could find someone has that statistic somewhere.
If you know that, get in the comment section. Let us know.
Yeah.
If we count AEW, I'm in there. I actually might be the only one.
Really?
I might be the only one in AEW that won a championship with a small package. I bet I am.
Maybe.
I bet I'm the only one.
Yeah.
Which is kind of a
You
cool.
are
That's
Mr.
great.
Small Package.
It's a good stat.
Mr. Small Package.
That's the podcast, baby.
Yeah. Didn't Colt Cabana at one point have a singlet where it had a bunch of names of wrestling moves on the singlet, and then he had on his crotch it said small package?
That sounds very familiar. I can't visualize it, but it sounds very familiar.
I think he did.
Bring it back.
Shout out to
Sounds
Colt
right.
Cabana,
Bring it
man.
back.
Hi, Colt Cabana.
He's not listening. Oh my gosh. Well, I didn't expect that one little clip to go as far as it did, but
yeah, we ran with that.
Yeah,
did you have other stuff to show us that we may not have
I think
time?
we were like originally going to talk maybe about some of our favorite promos, but I don't know.
Yeah,
We just started going.
Yeah,
Just started
we
going in
started
direction.
going.
But
I went
love
on a
it.
tangent of. I sat on my porch and started yelling at the lawn about how I want to see more.
You and all Gran Torino. On
Yeah,
this.
oh, these kids today and their Canadian destroyers.
Yeah. And they're finishing moves.
You mentioned the Bob Backlund thing.
Yeah.
In '94, he wins the title.
Yeah.
And it was a really confusing time. How do you feel about Backlund winning that WWF Championship and then losing to Kevin Nash or Diesel to a powerbomb in a house show.
Like 2 days later, in
Yeah.
like 9 seconds. I believe I've heard Bret say at the time, because someone asked me, they were like, what was the deal with that? Did Bret not want to put Diesel over? And I feel like I remember hearing Bret in an interview say he was under the impression this was Bob Backlund was going to get a run, and this was going to be his championship. So, like, I don't mind it, and I brought it up in the show earlier. Like, I think it would have been cool if it was Owen. You know, I think like that's such an Owen Hart way to become world champion, to win it by screwing his brother Bret over, and then 2 days later he loses by a jackknife in 9 seconds or whatever it was. But at the same time, like Bob Backlund's character was really cool. Do you remember it at all?
Is this when he was crazy?
Yeah.
Yeah. So this is like my whole frame of reference for him, because I was like too young to appreciate. How old was he when he was doing this? Because if you had
45,
asked me, I would have been the oldest man in the world, right?
I think he was like 45.
In his mid-40s.
I remember them saying he was like 45 at that time.
I just remember thinking, okay, this guy, he's clearly from this other time, but he's back now, but he's also insane.
Yeah.
And so
but he wasn't, when he first came back, he wasn't.
Yeah.
He was like a baby. He was like the same character he was when he was like in his prime. And, you know, so he came back. And then he had a match on Superstars against Bret Hart. Really good match. And Bret Hart won, probably with a roll-up, I think. And then he snapped. Like, I think Bret went to shake his hand, and he, like, slapped Bret, and he put him in the chicken wing. And that was when he first started snapping and, like, grabbing people. And he had the cool gimmick where, like, he would, like, look at his hands after as if, like, I don't know what I'm doing.
Yeah.
Super cool. And then, just the whole story of the way, like, Bret Hart was in the chicken wing for something like 10 minutes, 12 minutes, maybe 15 minutes, something like legitimately. Like, he was at Survivor Series during the match. And, like, to be able to put someone in a hold and work that hold and have the emotion of the crowd for like 10 to 15 minutes and not lose that guy, that is high level, man.
Yeah.
That's so cool. I did something similar. I stole that. When I was wrestling Scott Lost, we had a feud. He put me in the sharpshooter, and I want to say it was like 9 minutes. I was in the sharpshooter at PWG, and the crowd was like super hot for it, because you do the whole, like, you crawl to the ropes, he pulls it away, and that sort of thing, and it worked. But I mean, there's a difference between like 9 minutes and 50. I want to say he was in it for like 15 minutes.
There's a difference between like 30 seconds.
Yeah.
You know, like, it's crazy.
Unbelievable.
Yeah.
There was a match once, I think, in PWG. I think it was Bryan Danielson and Claudio. Okay, you knew where I was going with it. The whole match was a headlock. You were there.
I was there. It's one of my favorite matches I've ever seen live. It's Enchantment Under the Sea 2005, I think. Claudio and Danielson. It is a side headlock. Getting out of it. Nope. Getting out of it. Nope. The whole match is a headlock. Half of the crowd is chanting, "We want wrestling." The other half is chanting, "This is wrestling." It's phenomenal. It just showed me that wrestling can be more than drop down, leapfrog, do the shoulder tackle, do a hip toss, get in the corner. There's no high spots. It's just a headlock. And I loved it.
And I think
every second of it.
that crowd reaction is probably pretty accurate, as far as, like, I feel like I remember the online reaction. Half the audience loved it and thought it was brilliant, and half the audience hated it. So
it's those two guys. They can do anything in the ring. They are like two of the best wrestlers I've ever seen in person. And they went out there and they said, grab the headlock, and then did it.
The courage to do that at PWG.
Yeah.
I wouldn't be able to do it. I wouldn't have the confidence to, like, I can keep them. Like, I could see myself trying it on maybe just like a shit show or something, and just saying, like, let's try to do something different and special, or like have fun. But, like, I don't think I'd have the courage to try that at like a PWG.
Yeah.
And quite frankly, they can get away with it. If I did, Super Dragon probably never books me again.
Right.
Just keeping it super real.
Yeah.
That would have been my last PWG match ever.
But it's good that you have the high profile stars in a way, still experimenting with the medium. You know,
It's cool. It's really cool.
Yeah.
I think it's awesome. Like you said, it has to be guys like that that do it, that are so good, so high level. You can never look at them and say like they can't get away with it. Of course they can.
Yeah.
It, especially at that time, you keep saying like, especially PWG. That's my era of PWG, that 04 to probably like 06, early 07. That was like the super indie AJ Styles versus Chris Daniels, and then here's James Gibson, and we're doing like these big runs of like the guys on the West Coast. And then they did a headlock, and it was like, this rocks. I cannot believe. I love that wrestling can be anything like that. I love it.
Yeah. I was on that show, Enchantment Under the Sea. I think I maybe wrestled Kevin Owens, or maybe I was in a tag match or something. I don't know.
We gotta look it up.
Yeah, I'm not too sure.
Let's see.
Somebody knows. Somebody knows. Eric, you were there.
I just remember.
I'm looking it up.
I named that show actually.
Did you really?
Yeah, because I was just joking around one day, and I was like, we should have a prom. PWG should have a prom show. And then so we were all talking. We're like, oh, what do we call it? Like Enchantment Under the Sea. And so that it was. I think was that an anniversary show or just a regular show?
It looks like May 06.
That wouldn't be anniversary.
You and Human
then.
Tornado.
Singles.
Yep.
Oh, that may have been when Jade Chiung joined me.
That is absolutely. Yep.
Yeah.
Yep. With Jade Chiung.
Was he with Jade Chiung?
Nope.
Okay, so I was with Jade Chiung.
Yep.
Okay, so this would have been after, because she used to manage him, and then him and I were teaming, and then I like turned on him, and then we did a whole thing where like she turned on him, and then I actually was responsible for bringing Candice LeRae into PWG. Because I was like, let's bring in Candice so she can be with Tornado, and we can do like me and Jade against Tornado and Candice.
Yeah.
And then Candice ended up becoming like a legend there.
That's so cool.
Yeah.
Damn.
Yeah. Giving myself a
Look at
little
you.
credit there.
Yeah, you should.
I actually tried to get the Young Bucks in before they got there too.
Really?
Yeah, I was pitching them probably a year or so before they came in. I was like, these guys, I was telling Super Dragon, I was like, these guys are really, really good. You have to book them. And he's like, I don't really have room on the show. And I legitimately said, because I wanted them to come in and be with me. Like I wanted to do a trios group with them. And I literally said, I was like, you can take my match away and give them my match on some shows, and I'll just corner them.
Oh,
and
wow.
he was like, I'll think about it. And he didn't do it. But then like a year later, he booked them because they started getting big. So.
Yeah.
Ooh,
Yeah.
dude. And they hated the Young Bucks.
Yeah.
PWG crowd
Yeah.
hated the
Not
Young
at first,
Bucks. It rocked.
But
No,
yeah,
it
like
was-
as they got a little bigger and yeah, they were like, man, if you think
Coming
of
out to Boom Bop.
PWG, you think of the Young Bucks.
Yeah.
Yeah. That was, it was fun. That super indie run for PWG was such a blast and like so influential. And I don't think you give yourself enough credit for being part of something that was like so
just said he
foundational
named
to
the
what
show.
wrestling
He
is.
literally just said he.
I just put
named
myself
the
over
show.
for 5 minutes.
He discovered Candice LeRae and the Young
I
Bucks. That's literally what he just said.
I mean, as part of something larger, but very nice.
I'm
Thank
on
you.
the ground floor of a lot of shit, man.
Yeah.
PWG OG, AEW OG, Wrestling Society X. I've
Wrestling
worked- we were
Society
talking about it.
X.
I've worked like everywhere, man. It's crazy. That's like I think WWE is the only one I haven't like wrestled
Crazy.
for.
Yeah. Wow.
Yeah, crazy.
Damn.
Well,
Yeah.
we've talked about pretty
Lot of
much
shit.
we had no idea what we were getting into, but you know, we only mentioned popcorn kind of
Popcorn and pop culture.
tangentially, so the
Yeah.
title may have to change. We'll work on that.
I really
but-
like popcorn and or was it pop culture and popcorn?
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah,
I bet that's taken. That's got to be taken. Someone's already.
Oh, it's
done
ours
that.
now.
it's ours now, along with the Small
Yeah.
Package podcast.
Small
and-
package podcast not taken.
Mhm.
Um,
But we do need to wrap this one up.
Yeah.
we do.
Because James decided, I'm going to big league everyone. I'm going to be like an
Yeah.
hour late. Don't worry.
I came in and I really powered through that intro, but people don't realize that I had just walked in the door
Oh, yeah.
after being extremely late.
He was winded.
Yeah.
I mean, it was
sweaty
like
and disgusting.
You
and
came
then
in winded.
boom,
and then
red light turns on, and I went pro.
brought it all together.
But yes,
So kudos to you for that.
yeah, but no kudos for being late.
Ah,
I could have
it's all
just
good.
not. I could have just been on time.
Normally it's me.
No, but as always, thank you so much for watching and listening to this show. We love doing it, and the best place to make sure you never miss a new episode, you never miss a clip, you never miss any of the conversation is to follow and subscribe Creating Character Pod, Instagram, YouTube. That's the place to do it. If you want to know when I'm wrestling or see any of the other wild things, we didn't even talk about my last week. Maybe we talk about
that's
it some other time.
right.
I had a busy week.
right.
It's still busy, but not that's not an excuse for being late. No excuse. But yeah, James.Willems on Instagram is a place to keep up with me. Sky?
At Scorpio Sky on Instagram, Threads, and Scorpio Sky Official on TikTok. Eric?
You can find me at Eric Bedour everywhere. I saw that Smart Mark Sterling shouted you out in a podcast talking about entrance music and stuff.
Yeah,
so,
I'm also a musical genius. That's another thing that one of my many talents. Yeah, shout out to Smart Mark Sterling for that.
So yeah,
James, get us out of here.
That's it. That's the whole show. What else do you want from us? We'll see you guys next week. Bye.